Healthier You, a cooking show dedicated to helping you make healthy food choices, as well as helping you sort through all that confusing nutritional information that's out there. My name is Marilyn Newth.
And my name's Christy Spence, and today we're here at Wild Oats, where our goal is to really help you shop for, prepare, and cook everyday foods with a healthier twist. Truly living up to the name, A Healthier You. So should we get shopping? Sounds good.
Okay, for the Thai noodles with peanut sauce, we'll need 1 package whole wheat spaghetti or linguine, 1 cup of natural creamy peanut butter, 1 cup vegetable broth, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon red curry paste, ½ teaspoon of salt, 1 garlic clove minced, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, 1 package of extra firm tofu, canola oil for drizzling in the pan, 1 large red bell pepper cut into strips, about 3/4 of a cup of chopped cucumber, 1/4 cup sliced green onions, 1/4 cup of fresh basil, and 1 lime cut into 6 wedges. So we're picking out our tofu for our Thai noodles with peanut sauce, and this is going to be our protein source in the dish. And it's a good idea to get extra firm tofu since it'll hold up better in a stir fry. It won't crumble. The silken stuff will pretty much fall apart if you try to cook it.
And tofu is just made from soybeans. And remember, we're always pushing vegetable sources as well as animal sources of protein. And so tofu is a really good option for protein. The other thing is it's a really good calcium source. So if you want to get calcium in your diet, tofu is just another way to do it.
There's a couple different types of tofu you can get. This one's packed in water, that's why it's in this tub kind of thing, and this one's vacuum sealed. Either one will work perfectly fine in this dish.
You just have to remember to keep them refrigerated once they're open.
Yes. Good
All
idea.
right. So let's get going.
Sounds good.
Here we are at peanut butter.
Okay.
So peanut butter is going to go in our dish today. And when your peanut butter is great because it has monounsaturated fat, which is good fat, and it's just a great way to get more protein in your diet.
Now there's a couple different options when you're buying peanut butter. You can get the no stir variety when it comes to natural peanut butter, or there's a kind that has the oil separated at the top. I kind of prefer the one with the oil separated on the top. Just make sure you mix it up really well before the first time you use it, and then throw it in the fridge and you're good to go.
And when you get home, instead of just, mixing it just to help that whole process, flip it over on its top and it'll start doing that whole process for you. And we do want natural peanut butter.
Yes.
So if you can, go with natural, and you want the ingredients on the peanut butter to be peanuts and salt at the most.
That's it. Nothing else. All right, you want to go get our other ingredients?
Let's go.
Okay.
So we're here picking out canola oil, and canola oil is a great substitute for vegetable oil because it's high in poly and monounsaturated fats, which are the good fats that we want to have more of in our diet.
And it's a great idea to use this kind of oil when you're stir frying things like tofu because it can really take the heat and it doesn't disflavor like other oils. Sesame oil is a bad idea to use in a recipe like this because it's one that you drizzle on at the end, not a good idea to try to cook with. Canola oil, on the other hand, perfect for sauteing your tofu.
Also great for baking, and just keep a big one in your pantry and use it all the time. All right, let's head back to the kitchen and start cooking.
Great idea.
All right.
So we're back from Wild Oats and we're getting ready to make our Thai noodles with peanut sauce.
And I'm starting by cutting up the tofu, and for this recipe we're using the whole block. And I already have some cut up, so I'll keep cutting that up.
You just want like 1-inch cubes. I'm gonna go ahead and preheat some canola oil.
And remember, we got the extra firm tofu, so that makes it really easy to chop, and it holds up nicely when you're stir frying.
And if you're just making it for like 2 people instead of a family of 4, if you want to go ahead and just use half the block, you can save some of the water that it's packaged in and put it in like a Tupperware container and stick it in the fridge for up to a week. Or if it comes in like the shrink-wrapped version of the tofu, same thing, just put a little bit of water around it and you can save it for up to a week.
And so while that's preheating, the tofu is going to go in first, and then we'll just chop up some green onions. And for this recipe, we really want the fragrant, yummy, rich flavor of the bottom half of the green onions. And so we're just going to snip off the very ends, all right, here, and not use those. And then cut off, we'll just use the white and the light green parts.
Do you want to hand me the bell pepper and I can start on that as well?
Yes, absolutely. Here you are.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And you need a knife.
Yes.
There you go.
Now we just want to make sure this is pretty hot by the time you add the tofu to it, because otherwise the tofu will stick to the bottom of the pan if the oil's not quite hot enough. So that's why I'm letting it heat up just a fair amount. Okay.
All right, so the tofu's gonna go in, we're gonna chop our vegetables, and one of the great things about this recipe is that everything can just go into the same skillet. And so after the tofu's in there, you add the vegetables in there, and then we already made some whole wheat noodles. And the noodles are gonna be the noodles for the Thai noodles and peanut sauce.
If you want to use rice noodles, feel free to use rice noodles as well. The whole wheat noodles, it's just a good way to get some extra whole grains in your diet, which we're always trying to get. The dietary guidelines say that half of your grains should be whole grains, so an easy way to sneak it in is through pasta, especially with such a rich sauce. You're never going to notice the part of your taste of the whole wheat noodle.
Exactly, and if you haven't tried whole grain noodles, they make some really great whole grain noodles right now. And so just giving them a shot is definitely worth it, and this is a good recipe to do it in.
Because the peanut sauce is such a thick sauce, like even your kids won't even notice that it's a different type of noodle.
Right. All right, so our green onions, let me know when you're ready for those.
Okay.
And then we'll just pass them over. I'm also going to chop up some garlic, and the garlic is going to end up going in a little bit later, but we'll at least get it all staged and ready to go. And this recipe is pretty quick. As soon as you get into the kitchen, the first thing you want to do is start your pot of boiling water.
Yes.
And get your noodles going, and then drain those, and then once they're done, you just add the warm sauce right over the noodles.
And this is a delicious meal. You can serve it even like somewhat room temperature, and it's great for leftovers. So if it is just 2 people, go ahead and make the whole thing up, and it's a great lunch the next day.
You know, in general, that's kind of a good habit to get into, and it means that you're going to eat a really good lunch the next day. I know when I was even in high school, my mom used to send me with leftovers to school, and I loved it because it made me actually look forward to lunch.
Yeah, it's not the same peanut butter and jelly every single day.
Right.
You get a little something different.
Absolutely.
All right.